Hello, sparkling souls, and welcome to another energy update. We're going to just go straight into it. And as always, if you want a personal one-on-one energy read, you can order those on sparklingkarma.com. They are asynchronous, so we don't need to meet in person or over the phone. You will get a link video just like this one, just private, with your very own unique and personal message. All right. Hi, universe. What does the Sparkling Soul Collective need to know at this moment in time for their highest good and their highest timeline? Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, we have that one. I heard the click. So we got first house arrival. Oh my god. And the first house is ruled by Aries. We keep getting the last like I wouldn't say 2 to 3 weeks. Definitely the last 2 has been strong. And in my personal readings, even last night with the last quarter moon, I felt it was kind of saying the same thing. I feel like Aries energy is gonna be really the words coming to my brain, active, momentum, monumental in the progress of things. Like things are going to start moving forward, things are going to start arriving. And this I've been getting so strongly since the year started, and it's just been increasing and increasing and increasing. And again, like this is very simplified in like Aries season, but I do believe that it is during Aries season that this energy starts, but it's also because a lot of the planets will also be in Aries. And as that continues to move in that direction, things will continue to move. So there are things that are kind of already shifting, moving, and presenting themselves, but we're not quite in the peak energy or fire energy fully, right? It's like we're warming up type of energy. We got Pluto rebirth on the bottom. It's like you are being rebirthed in the spring season, right? It's like coming, like the trees coming back to life and blossoming. If you follow me on Instagram, I've been sharing all the little like flower moments around my house where I've just seen all these buds and trees blossoming with all the flowers, and each day it's more and more and more. I've like been following the tulips in front of the house. It's been fantastic. I love spring, and the energies of this spring are so transformative. There are things again that are going to really start moving forward, that are really going to arrive, and these are those packages. Remember when we've been talking about, you know, all these shifts and changes, but we have all this space that we've created, and that we want to fill in with the things that we truly want to. Granted, we are still in the space where things are moving a little bit slower. Things are not quite clear just yet. You have to really ground yourself and stay grounded in the sense that when you're in your body, not to say that you're not plugged into the cosmos, into the universe, into source, you're able to sense and feel better what you are receiving, right? Through your body or through your emotions, which is why we say to stay grounded and balanced, and all of that is not to just focus on the day-to-day life that could be really grounded, or in the physical pleasures of being human, but is to be in connection with your vessel, strong enough, balanced enough, that when you receive those downloads, those ideas, those aha moments, that the liminal sending you those messages, right? Like the Piscean energy of inspiration through music, through art, through dreams, through poetry, write words, conversations, lyrics. Like you can receive information like that. Um, and what you sense for yourself, because also that's part of the message that I like to bring forward. Is like you can tap into these energetics, and you can learn how you communicate with the universe, and you can learn how you specifically feel it and experience it in order to co-create and do the dance with it. I also feel cold because the 27th is actually my birthday, and it's rebirth, right? Another cycle, another trip around at the bottom, the sun, right? Source energy. Yeah, so there's again more clarity coming through, um, the arrival of certain things. But again, a lot of still in the having to be grounded in your body, but also receptive to what you're receiving. I think there's that big polarity between Pisces and Virgo, which is where the nodes are at right now, that are really sending a lot of information down for us to continue to feel into the energetics of our life and where we're moving towards now through these like cycles of rebirth, growth, and transformation. But also how we can slowly ground them into the physical, even if it just means writing it down in that notebook, that we have all our to-do lists or the things we truly want to achieve, and really coming in clear with ourselves. So when the time comes where there's more momentum, more fire, more energy, more things arriving, right? Mercury wouldn't be retrograde either when Aries season starts. It goes direct on the 20th. So literally as we enter Aries season, the retrograde will stop, and that also just helps movement forward. So there's a lot of things that will click into place, and this is why kind of like divine timing, right? We can't do much about the timing of the sun, the timing of a retrograde, but those are energetics that are definitely part of what we're navigating right now. And personally, I've been feeling like you can also see that through my Instagram posts, especially those on card pools, where the information is not coming very detailed. I think it's very direct, but there's not a lot of information. It's just like, is this okay, is that, and you can do this, and usually I receive so much more, but what I'm receiving is like you don't yet have the clarity, right? Because things are still shifting and recalibrating in the background, as well as you're shifting and recalibrating in the forefront of things in your day-to-day life, in what you're paying attention to. And we have a lot of the communication energy being kind of slow, delayed. I think this Mercury retrograde has been hilarious. Like there's been so much Mercury retrograde things happening. Nothing too major, at least around me. But a lot of like, okay, that's funny. So just to say that the energetics are there. So giving things time to continue to move forward, to continue to transform and recalibrate, and just to arrive, will help you. Day, moon, love. That's funny because the things that are arriving is more of all of that you love, right? The things that are in more connection to your essence, because also first house is connected to your essence. It's ruled by the sun, and the sun, your solar plexus, your light, your truth, your clarity. I also connect that to the lion, right? Leo, the heart, like how you want to shine in the world, and not only for others, but for yourself. Like, what are the things that you truly love, that truly inspire you, that truly get you out of bed each and every single day, and have more of that in your life, allowing yourself to experience more of that in your life. And we've been through a big process of purging, of releasing, of clearing, that are bringing us to this moment in time now where we can receive more of what we truly want. And I believe in one of the past readings, we talked about it being like a house that you're remodeling, but not only the structure of it, but the decoration. And obviously there's things that are going to stay the same because you love them and they're strong and functional and a great foundation, but they're a great foundation for this bigger vision, right? That you want to step into right now. Not to say that the past was wrong, it was just what you needed at that moment in time, and now you're ready to expand, to grow, to transform it into something that is in more alignment with you now and always, in a way, right? But you have released so many of the layers, and you've reached a level in your life of growth and understanding and awareness, and maybe even resources, wherever this lands in your or capacity or flow, whatever, wisdom, that is opening yourself up to receive more of the things that you truly love, more of the things that are in authenticity with you, which I think is such a beautiful energy. And at the bottom we got, even the colors, moon in detriment, cut your losses. Again, in order to be rebirthed in this new phase, you have to cut your losses. We are still in that space, and Pisces energy, and we have a lot of planets in Pisces right now and points in the sky, that it's about dissolution, conclusion, that like where everything disintegrates. But there is something about it that we also take forward, right? Because Pisces is also inspired and it creates from that. So what are you releasing in order to create more of that space, to receive more of the inspiration of what you want to create, of how this transformation is going to continue to unfold? So pay attention to anything, right, that you don't love anymore, in the sense that it's like you don't have to like hate it, but it's that energy of like, it doesn't bring joy, it doesn't inspire me. Maybe it's very neutral, and you're like, well, for neutral, might as well just have space, you know. Or maybe it's creating other energies of discomfort, of worry, of like, and you know, why have it there if you can move it, right? Or give it to someone else, or recycle it, or maybe give it new life in a way that does resonate, right? It's like, what are you going to do with these things that you still need to cut in order to allow yourself to transform? And this also comes with that Piscean energy of being grounded in your body and paying attention to what you're receiving through your body, through your emotions, so you can let it go and also find a way that feels natural and aligned for you to let it go. And let it go can also be transformation of something, right? The repurposing of something. And we were going back to that house, saying like, I don't know, you don't like that shelf there anymore, and with the layout it's gonna be different, so you kind of just want that wall to be a wall and maybe put some art in it, but you still have use for a shelf, and it's a nice shelf, and maybe you repurpose it in another room with another purpose. You have plants there before, and now you're gonna put books and crystals, and actually you're gonna get two more because you have this great wall. it's not always about cutting it loose. Sometimes it's about transformation. But that also you need to know in your body how it's feel, right? Are you gonna reuse, recycle, release? And Mercury being retrograde is a great time for all of that. Kind of reassess these things that maybe you put a pin in them, or maybe they were not so much in the forefront, but now they're coming up for you to review and really feel into them to see how you want to move forward. Okay, I usually put this here and I'm like struggling with the cards when I don't need to. I don't need to. You see? Does it feel good? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It keep like doing this thing there. So you move them, right? And that's that. It doesn't have to go there. There's a place where it makes you happier and feels more aligned and with more ease. And I think this whole little thing with the cards is the essence of what we're talking about. So I really do appreciate it coming up. And here I am trying to keep things short. Look at me. So I don't have more oracle cards. I'm here like, where are the rest of the oracle cards? We're moving to tarot so fast. All right, let's go deeper. I want to bring attention to the colors. Look how the light, right? The cards that showed up, how they go together. Arrival of love. Arrival of more of the things that you love. First house. The things that nourish, support the beauty and comfort and loving energies of your life, right? But then we got the shadow message, and very literally it's darker, but it's about rebirth and cutting your losses, right? But it's no longer in alignment. How are we going to release it? How are we going to transform it? And there could be, oh, so many aspects of this. Okay, well, this flipped, and we got the 10 of Wands. Surprise, surprise. A cycle closing. An energetic cycle closing. So a fresh one can begin, right? Begin. First house. And it's funny, first house ruled by fire, which is the Wands energy. And if we end one cycle, we would start another one. So it's that the fire cycling back. Interesting enough too, Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio, who is also the sub-ruler is Mars, who rules Aries, who rules the first house. So there's like a connection there of movement, Mars energy. How are we going for the things that we truly want, the passion, right? So there's a cycle of how we were operating that is ending, so a new one can arrive, and it arrives with more of the things that we love. We're not just moving for movement's sake, right? We're not just moving for hustle, for productivity, even if that productivity is just for others to see us productive, or for ourselves to feel productive, even if we were or were not. For the mind to think. There's that hustle energy, I think, is, and it's not that we don't show up for what we want, it's not that we don't take action. Again, this is arrival of more of that energy coming through, but it is transformed. We have let go of a lot of the things that we thought we had to move towards, or how to move towards them, and we were aligning with more of how we truly want to move towards what we truly want to move towards, through the heart center, through love. It's like putting the war energy down and leading with passion, with love, with excitement, with curiosity, rather than force and hustle and I have to, and this is what's expected, or I just need to do something, or I need to push the energies, because we are also awakening ourselves more to this energy. Actually, the day moon, right? A full moon up in the sky in the middle of a day, which is kind of amazing to look at, right? And spring, things blossoming, things that are so common, and yet are so almost like a miracle, right? So we're moving towards more of those operating at that frequency. See, operating at that frequency of more passion, of more joy, of more childlike innocence, like going towards things because we love them, because we want them, because it feels good to go towards them, and it feels good in the way that we're doing it, rather than this hustle, right? So continue to practice the Knight of Swords, right? Moving towards what you love with an open mind as well, right? There's also, and they're presenting here the antlers, there's also this energy of how we receive, how to move forward, and moving with it with an open heart and an open mind. Like, we are more adaptable, right? There's also a rigidity in what we, I think, like what I will continue to call like hustle culture, or like force energy or productive energy. There's that thing where you could struggle with adaptability and flexibility because you see things as they have to be done, and they have to be done in this very specific way. This is the next step, and this should be like this. And it creates blocks. It creates blocks in how you move. It creates block in how you receive, and it creates blocks in what you're creating and how you're creating it. Sorry, it's like this energy has been like the information comes and the water was, and you're like, but what we were talking about, we had a thought. Oh my god, very interesting. Oh my goodness, for real. Okay, so for some of you, this might legit be an arrival of love, and I'm seeing like real like caliber. These two cards flew out together. This is the Emperor and the Empress together. The land undercut your losses. So there is something here that you already released, are in the process of releasing, or need to release, that is causing imbalance, right? Either too much of the feminine or receiving energy, or too much of the, right, being too passive, or too much of the force, hustle, move it, like pushing too much and wanting to do too much, when you kind of need to slow down and receive, right? And what we're talking about here is like receiving the inspiration, receiving the ideas, receiving things more in your body, the confirmation that your soul tells you, like, this is right and this is in alignment, right? So how can you bring more balance into that, and how can you move into a more balanced state? But again, if this is love, this is kind of like a side note. This could be love, and this could be a higher caliber love, after cutting some sort of, I guess, connection out, or some sort of habit. Yes, because it could be either you had to cut a person, most likely in the same, like going through a breakup and then meeting someone new type of thing. But there's also this energy of like, if you were too much in the feminine, in the Empress energy, or you were too much in the Emperor energy, cutting something there at whatever capacity, right? Because this could be a reframe, a way of thinking, a habit, maybe actual things in your life that once you release them, it allowed you to relax more, or it allowed you to kind of like fill yourself with a little bit more vitality, right? And move forward. But there's things that had to be cut first. Yes. Oh my God, because at the bottom we got the devil, which is funny because it can also translate into the image of the lovers, right? The lovers being trapped, not being able to move, because they're in and it's funny, we have the goat right there too. It's like they're chains. So what are these chains that you need to cut yourself loose so you can bring more balance into your life and into your relationships? This feels, however, very internal, but it could manifest in relationships, right? And it could bring a relationship as part of the things that you love. Because yes, we got love, arrival, and the emperor and the empress. There is definitely a side quest story here on romantic love, I feel. And a really big one at that, because we're talking about the emperor and the empress. All right, we're just taking this one. Okay, and we got Ari, lots of water. Okay, we'll take them all. Take them, all of it. All right. So we got the Seven of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. So a lot of water energy, a lot of intuitive energy, which makes me think that a lot of the transformation is happening through being more receptive, taking care of your energy, taking care of your emotions, staying as high vibrational as possible through rest, through self-care, through water ritual, from just shower, but like Epsom salt bath, listening to water sounds, and really seeing the trajectory of things and what are your choices. So this is a slowdown before the energy builds momentum. You have to tap into these energetics to see where you are at. Are you being too passive, or are you being too forward? And how to level things by cutting whatever it is that you need to cut. Again, they're talking very intuitive here. So you can step more fully into this rebirth. Yeah, that is getting grounded, that is being written, but you have to co-write it. It's like these energies have been like this, I think, all week, and it's crazy. The pulling information is really, I don't know, it's denser. If anyone else has been feeling that, please share in a comment, because I am like, whoa, I think I've experienced this before, but I'm there again, and it feels different. Anyway, yeah, there's no actual timeline other than I really do think Aries season is bringing some fire in, and some things are going to start moving forward. All right, and let's wrap this up with some, yeah, I like this reading. Is like everything that I've been receiving all week is like, yeah, just stay grounded, stay balanced, assess things, but not so much like you don't have to do much. Do what you feel called to, do what's in front of you, do the things that are aligned with the vision, release the rest, and things are gonna start moving soon. Okay, next, an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. Okay, so this might be part of the cycle closing as well. There is energetics here with others, having that emperor and empress. Also, there's, you know, court cards like the queen, the page, the knight, that could symbolize people. From children to younger adults, mother figures, father figures. Yeah, like understanding what you consider to be safe and loving in your environment, in your home, but like also the home of your body. as this is what also receives a lot of the information that you need in order to move forward, but also the home where you rest your body, where you take care of your body, and the people in it and around it, like the people you consider family, or that are family, and how are things moving forward from now, moving forward from now on, right? How are you gonna take care? You got the kangaroo. Unsettled times, need to plan ahead, right? There's a lot of uncertainty in the air, and right now that's exactly what the universe is asking us to do. Plan, brainstorm, get clear, receive it, and release what's not in alignment with that. So when things start moving, it's not like, oh my god, right, I need to like put this aside, release it because I need to move in this direction. It's like, don't wait until that moment if you can do those things now. So moving with intention, moving with inner knowingness. We got December. um so this could be someone born in December, maybe is with the love and the Empress. Something that you received in December or might be receiving come this December as part of the journey this year. Forest, modeled and clear thinking. Okay, you've been receiving more clarity about what you want to receive and how you want to receive in connection to authenticity and love since December. And then right now there's a lot of confusion on how to move forward. However, a lot of the energy right now is being focused on cutting loose the things that are not in alignment to where you're going and keeping it simple. Like just being, if this were a race and you're waiting for the sound to start running, you don't want to be thinking about a lot of things. You don't want to be talking to people. You don't want to be on your phone, like responding to a text and checking emails and Instagram at the same time and playing a game, right? You want to be like, I'm not on my phone. I'm focused on this. Like I know where I'm going, and I'm focused on the things that are giving me that at this moment in time, not anything else. Um, and again, life is more than just a single lane race. There's different areas of our lives and different things that we want to kind of step into, maybe simultaneously. But mostly what this is saying is clear anything that is not in alignment with that big vision. And that either you already know or you'll know because you have to do that inner work of tapping into the receptivity side of yourself, right? Older woman dealings or relationship with an older woman. Um, this could be that family energy, a mother figure, mother energy, or older person. But it also came through as how you would like to take care of yourself, like grandparent energy. Like when you go to your grandparents' house, you don't have to do anything, right? They feed you and they give you candy, and they say grandparents spoil more their kids, their grandkids, right, than their actual kids. So it is that energy of how much more love can you add into your life and the way you see things and the way you approach things and the goals that you have in order to nourish more of the vision that you're stepping into, because this is a huge transformation that you've already been moving through, and you're about to receive what you've been working for. Gong, an exciting event, and I heard an exciting event bigger than your wildest dreams might be around the corner. And this is the thing, that's why we're not receiving a lot of information, because there's a lot of things being recalibrated in the background that are going to be very unexpected. and might be even bigger than you thought were possible. And the universe just wants us to be ready to receive. And we're ready to receive when we know truly what's in alignment with us, and when we've had released the rest. And it could be, again, so many things. Also, May might be a significant month here. Either a person born in May, maybe that older woman. There's also a child here, so birthdays, births, but also achievements around that time or that are coming at that time. I mean, May follows Aries season. Aries season, March, April. April, May is Taurus season, which it could point to more of what we're watering now. Getting a little bit clear within ourselves for us to continue to walk in that direction. And at the end, caterpillar, things will not always be this way. A change is coming. So that's the energy. So I feel like May can be really significant in this shifts and changes that are already going to start in Aries season. So end of this month, April to May, can be really significant in all of this. The changes, the things arriving, the momentum picking up into December, but also there's something in December from this past December that is also feeding more of the clarity that you're building a little bit more now as we continue to move through the forest of the unclear. Okay, and we got wait. You see, it's like, wait, it's not now, but do the work. Wait. Okay, and the situation will improve. Things will not always be this way. Change is coming. Yeah, things are getting better. Things are definitely getting better. You just have to wait for it. Wait for it, because we're still kind of moving through. I want to call it dense because it's like water that is, you have to really move through it, and it's dark, but it's, it's sort of like a grand reveal. And you calibrate what you're about to receive through staying in that high vibration and clarity within yourself as much as possible, because again, things feel a little bit unclear, and that could like create the mental dissonance, right? The human fighting the soul part, the empress fighting the emperor type of energy, or backwards, right? I need to move, I need to do something, and the other part saying, but you have to stand still, receive first. What is it that you need to move towards exactly, and how? Not to move for movement's sake. And the things that are causing dissonance, to put them down. Right, and before we go, angel numbers 2002 with the void, not surprise, longing, technology, ambition, genius, forward thinking, stress, and depression. You have more control over your life than you realize. Learn and execute what interests you. See? Learn and execute what interests you, what you love, what you're being called to. Turn things around. It gets better with time. There are plenty of friends to make. So chill out, have fun, and open up. Go outside, right? Open your mind and open your heart, and just have fun with the process. Like, there's not much to do right now. You've done so much of the work already. You have to let the universe kind of do its part right now in order to deliver a lot of things that are going to help you kind of like, okay, checkpoint. Let's make choices. Let's make moves, and let's create this new life that we've been waiting for. And here we got 1221 with taking initiative, change, again, optimism, joy, communication, messages, good news, expression, and high vibes. Work with what you have and it will get you places, right? Work with the now, what you're receiving now, what you have now, what you need to shift and recalibrate now in order and release as well, right? Cut those losses so you can make that space. Count your blessing and acknowledge your dear ones. You will find inspiration, that was Pisces vibes, and figure out a way forward. But you have to tap in. You have to tap in and feel it. You might also be getting some good news soon. The arrival of good news, of opportunities, of abundance, maybe even love for some of you. But there is a lot of relational energy that came through this reading. So this could be a love partnership, business partnerships, friendships, children, siblings, friends, neighbors. So there's a lot here. First house energy, Aries energy, Pluto energy, which is Scorpio energy. December, May are significant here too, as well as Taurus energy, Aries energy. Oh my God, right. So it's like Aries and Taurus right here. It's like, oh my God. Okay, so that's part of, we already said it, but more confirmation here of also like when Aries season starts and things start to move forward and we start to move forward with that is what we're receiving. But there is that other message that came through that also applies from before, which is kind of like having this, I guess, clarity or more information. You received something, right, back in December that gave you more clarity of how do you want to move forward. And you created some space for that to happen. And now momentum is going to start for Aries season. And in Taurus season, you're going to be a little bit more clear on the path forward because you're also going to be clear about the story, right? But you have to feel into all of this, which is the key. All right, at the bottom, unique skills. Hold your vision. Hold your vision. And the unique skills, we talk about like the unique way you talk with the universe, the unique way of your path. And this is very important, why you have to listen to what you're receiving and how you're receiving it and how it feels to continue to move forward into Aries season and Mercury going direct. Did I say Mercury going direct? And that's the reading. Hopefully it made sense. I feel like it was like pulling teeth, pulling the information, but that's how I've been feeling all week long. But I didn't want to skip this week. I almost did. I was like, I can't. This week I was just, I can't. But hopefully it serves your path, and I'll see you guys next week. And again, if you want a personal reading, get those on sparklingcolor.com. Un besote. Bye.